Hi there, and welcome back to the Front Range. I'm the dad, and I am old. My usual co-pilot, my daughter, who is young, will not be with me today. Sad for her, because I am diving back into Nightwish, which has quickly become one of my favorite bands, and it's kind of bizarre because in this format, I now have a favorite band that I can't just sit there and binge on because I really want to do these reactions and be kind of surprised and delighted and share all of that with the Nightwish Army and all of the symphonic metal fans that check out our channel. I want to share that emotion with you because I know for all of you, it's kind of a treat to see someone discover that for the first time, and I want to preserve that for these occasions. So it's really funny. I had to proactively go on my Spotify list because Storytime came up randomly. Obviously, that's one that I've already done, but I realized I was going to have to block Nightwish from generating songs on my playlist. Otherwise, I might inadvertently start hearing the music, which would not be a bad thing for my ears and for my soul. But for the channel, we're really trying to have share that excitement with all of you who are familiar with these songs. So today, I will be doing one that has actually been recommended quite a few times. So I'm looking forward to it, and it is Ghost Love Score. I go into these cold. I don't really know much. So the only thing I really know, I know it's a little bit of a longer song because when I pull it up on YouTube, I can see obviously the length of the song. So it's a little bit of a longer song. But this is taken live from the performance in 2013 at Wacken, which it seems like that performance in particular really left an indelible mark and is some of their best work because it just seems like that comes up quite a bit in any kind of interaction talking about live performances. That clearly was one of their best. So I don't want to talk too long. I want to jump into the reaction because I'm excited to hear it. And so we'll do that and then talk on the other side as well. So here I go, taking a look and a listen and a feel for Ghost Love Score by Nightwish in 2013. Let's do this. Sorry to stop it so soon. It's really funny because I've now, I swear when I hear the opening, especially the drums, I don't know why I am so tied into the drums at the beginning of these songs and the way they set the tone, but I've now have like almost a visceral reaction when I doing these reactions with Nightwish in particular. As soon as I start hearing them, like something really lifts, I swear, in my soul and just kind of starting to hear some of that familiar tone and tenor. And again, maybe it is because I go the time in between without listening to their new music. So it kind of wells up in me. I get excited when I hear those first few notes. So anyways, just want to share that. I've mentioned this before. The guitarist, I swear, I don't think I have ever seen a musician who seems to genuinely enjoy what he's doing. Every performance, I swear, that I've seen so far, and granted, it's not that many, he seems to have a genuine and true joy for what it is that he's doing for performing. Um, Interesting with this song, very much, with symphonic metal, there's such tempo and rhythm changes throughout. Like there's multiple drops basically. Already had one here where it kind of dropped from, it was getting, high energy. It was kind of quiet, then high energy, and now it's dropped into, again, where you have Floor getting into her almost angelic tones. But even there, she's had a couple of different, to me, and I'll see if it kind of evolves, but it seems like there's a couple different tones to it. Singing in and almost, there's almost a longing in her voice and the way that she's singing this. So I'm interested to see where the song itself goes.
Siren from the deep came to me, sang my name, I love you. Still I write my songs about the dream of mine, worth everything I may ever be. Child will be born again, that siren carried him to me. First of them true loves, sitting on the shoulder of an angel without care for love
So it seems, to me, I mean, she's singing of a past lover or a love of her life. She's the first, I think she's their first true love, and that the siren to bring him back to me. So, again, it seems like a lost love, and this is something they do so well, and I think this genre, but I mean, I've seen it with them in almost every song they do, that kind of mystical, almost enigmatic sound and feeling that they create, and they utilize their light shows so well, I have to say, with their live shows to create mood, because obviously I've seen a bunch of them now where it's the driving, pulsating energy. This is almost more of a quiet mystical reflection that they're creating with both obviously their music, with Floor's voice, and this pause almost in the song. that it gets much quieter. So very interesting the way they do that. And that nautical theme, I mean, this is two songs now where they've kind of um, alluded directly to the ocean and the siren song. And, I think Mermaid was actually a lyric in the other. So interesting. I don't know what the relevance is there. Maybe some of you can share that in the comments if that's something that is a common theme throughout their music. Wow, what a shot. That looks amazing. Man, there's something about the way that woman said, like, I mean, I get tears in my eyes. There's something so powerful that she takes you along on these emotional journeys. Like, I mean, my eyes are tearing up. She takes you on these emotional journeys where, I mean, obviously she's these narratives, these almost storytelling that they do. She's creating this character in the story that, this she's almost a disregard for everything else. She's like, I don't care what happens. Take me, do this, do that. Like, it's that love that's driving everything. That lost love is the way I'm interpreting it. Then maybe she wants to relive and she doesn't really care about anything else. But I mean, she is just something else. I just can't. And obviously, and when I say that too, yes, it's the way they work in such harmony and synergy. Like, this is one of the tightest bands that I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of live music, and their live shows that I've seen so far, obviously not a ton of them, they are seamless. Like, and I don't mean even the arrangement, the musicianship, and even the stage show that they put together that is so dynamic, from the pyrotechnics to the lights to even the way they move around one another. I don't know. It's amazing. I said this before too. That woman knows how to get a crowd in the palm of her hand, because reminiscent, I mentioned it before, of Freddie Mercury. Like, her stage presence is just unreal. I don't really know. I don't know what it is about that band. Like they just real. I mean, I'm enjoying this genre and the other bands, but there's something about Nightwish, like, and I mean, I know, I mean, I get emotional from their songs, and I said it, I can't remember which song I said it about. Maybe it was Storytime. I don't know. There's something very elemental that they touch. Like there's something that they get through to collectively. Obviously, Floor Jansen's vocals are otherworldly. I've never heard a female singer like her. I mean, I've heard other female great singers, obviously, that maybe can hit the notes that she does, but there's something that she connects with that is just different. Um, and then you combine it, like towards the tail end of that song, I was just thinking, almost looking for any misstep by the band, not thinking that they would. When I was listening, I was like, these guys are so on it. Like they are so tight. Like I don't know how much those guys rehearse, but there is not a wasted note in there. There's not a foul note. Everything is such precision, but it's artistic precision. Like that's it's just I don't know. It's one of those things. I think you have certain bands in history where everything comes together, and it's the the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, right? Individually, they're brilliant, but then when you get them together, there's something different that happens. I mean, you can look back, like the Beatles, for example, and everybody. It's interesting how people have different opinions on the Beatles because, I mean, they're clearly one of the most influential and greatest bands of all time. And even if for some reason you don't like the Beatles, and I've run into people, it's rare, but you run into people who say, "Oh, I don't like the Beatles," but it's hard to argue that what they collectively did together as just these four kids, from working class England, some of the sounds and songs they created were, they're timeless. They're still listened to today. There's something about Nightwish that I feel is that same energy and collective artistic perfection, right? It's just, I don't know. This is why I don't listen to these songs outside of these reactions, because I swear, like, it is an emotional experience. It borders on a religious experience. The first time I hear them, and I'm glad actually, because the first one we did was a music video, how different their live performances are. And the one thing I hate about this band is the fact that they are not together right now and touring, because I've made a point, I've said it on here before, if and when they start touring again, to all the Nightwish Army in Europe, I'm going over there to see them because I want to see them with those crowds over there, particularly like in the Netherlands or in Finland, or kind of the home crowds out there over there. I don't know. I just think that'd be really, really something special. And not that I wouldn't also see them over here, but I would definitely make a point to go see at least one or two shows over there. They've just had that much of an impact, and over a period of just 4 songs now. So, anyways, so final thoughts. Just kind of again, the song once again blew me away. And the other component of this is the Nightwish Army, and actually, the Epica Army, and just symphonic metal fans in general. I mean, thank you guys. Like, you guys are some of the most amazing people. Haven't met any of you in person, but the love and the energy and the excitement about sharing your knowledge and love of the band and suggesting, like, oh, you've got to see this one. And trust me, I believe all of you when you say it. Every time one of you puts a suggestion, I'm like, I know that one's going to be amazing because you guys have not let me down, let us down at all. It's all been amazing. And maybe it's just all amazing. So maybe there's just not a bad performance out there. But, you know, last but not least, we've been really overwhelmed with the response as far as subscriptions and people following this journey. And thank you so much for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, you know, it doesn't cost you anything. It helps us get even farther out into the algorithm. We're still a really small channel, but we're growing really fast, and I attribute a lot of that to symphonic metal fans. So thank you guys, and it affords us the opportunity to do a lot of other things that we want to do with this channel. We're kind of getting that planning. We're in the planning stages of some other things that we're going to do, and we want to do live vlogs at concerts and stuff. And I mean, to do one at one of these, you know, obviously it wouldn't necessarily be inside the concert, but to be able to intermingle and interact with fans of these bands, you know, outside before the show and just kind of talk to people about the music would be, I mean, that would be a dream come true. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, hit the little subscribe button. If not, that's fine. I just appreciate you being here. So thankful anyone that takes their time to watch any of our videos. Like and share with other symphonic metal or Nightwish fans, and comments. I try to keep up. Like I sit there and I try to, because I really want to respond to everyone. I haven't been able to, and that's just because of the overwhelming response. But keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep letting me know where you're from. Trust me, I get a smile on my face every time I see from, you know, all these different far-flung places, and I love the fact that it's such a global community. So thanks again. Keep an eye out for the next one. And other than that, I hope that each and every one of you has an amazing day today. Bye.